Good morning, good morning, good morning. A most pleasant morning. What else we could say that morning? What a beautiful morning, what a beautiful day. Robert Checker Usher with you right here. It's Wednesday, folks. That's right, it's Wednesday. It's a lovely, beautiful morning, a lovely, beautiful day. So today is what? Today is the 12th, right? Yeah, I yesterday I'm at the 11th, right? So today at 12. Tomorrow will be the 13th, right? Okay, so today at 12. So good morning once again, folks. A lovely, beautiful day across this beautiful country of Belize. We say welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. Robert Checker Usher with you right here this morning. We certainly and sincerely hope that you wake up good this morning. You're feeling healthy. And if you're feeling sick, well, let's give that special prayer for you this morning. And if you're feeling hungry, make sure you eat. And even if you don't feel hungry, at least take wali juice or wali oats or drink wali coffee, not too strong, and try get yourself going today. Have a special one here from Cuz Myrna all the way from Belize City. Wednesday, good morning, my friend. Just wanted to say to have a really, really lovely, lovely day today. Morning to you as well, Myrna. Hope all is well with the family. And we are praying for recovery of one of the family member as well. And hope that she's going to be okay. Like Bob said, don't worry about the thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. But we just can't sit down and wait for it. We have to get out there. We have to do our part because sometimes we say this one have this, that one have that, and then you wonder, sorry, you wonder how much sleepless nights those person might have been having early when they started off to do their business or to get their things going, and when they got thing, then you don't know where they go on, right? You want to say, oh, look what she got, man. Look what she got. She got this, she got that. And she got some nice, pretty shoes. And look how she nails fixed up. And she fix up it here. I got one ride. And so, but you don't know what that person do if make he got what he got. So, like Brother David Morning, not ready to hype on people things. You don't know what I do forget it. What's the right? You don't know what I do for keep it. Because sometimes you get things, but I have to make you take care of that. Make you take care of that. Some people got some ride and some people just they go wrong tongue and how do they behave. Some of they drink and drive and you drink and drive and with a little quint of the eye or a little brink, when you look, you get in an accident. So just take care of what you got, be yourself and continue being nice. So in a short while, Delva will link us back this morning. Seems like something is going on when we are trying to reach her. But in the meantime, between time, we want to tell you that we'll be having Minister Aragon right here today. That's right, we'll be having Minister Aragon coming on the show today to tell us about what's happening in the east. And we know that in the east that there is a village there. There is a village in the east that has the virus, and we are talking about Santa Marta. So we'll see what assistance the minister is giving in that area and how things is being operated in that area as well. We heard last night about the issue with the chicken, and we know chicken comes out from shipyard as well, mostly from Blue Creek, and we have from Spanish Lookout. But we will see what will happen. And so at this time, folks, we will be communicating with Delvi this morning because the call went through. So we are glad to know that she called back. We were trying to reach her, but you know how it is. Good morning, Delvi.
Good morning, Mr. Checky, and good morning to everyone listening.
Good morning. A lovely, beautiful morning. Lovely, beautiful day.
Yes, another day that the good Lord has blessed us with.
Yeah, I think this holiday time, I believe that it was 2 years ago when you were calling us from New York City, right? Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago, yes.
Okay.
Last year as well,
Oh,
from 2017.
wow. So the back to back to back. But okay, I make it this year.
No, Corona held me, but you know what, Mr. Checky, all things work together for the good.
Yeah.
Because actually spend more time with the family, and I'm thankful to God for that. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that girl, we have to fight out this thing. How we could fight it out? But let's give thanks and praise for everything that we are going through.
Yes, and I just like to share a verse for the morning, and then I'll go into the prayer.
Okay, certainly, go ahead.
All right. This morning, the verse is from Psalm 84, verse 10, and it says, "For a day in your courts is better than 1,000. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness." Almighty and Heavenly Father, Lord, I give you thanks once again for just another day. Thank you for blessing us with the breath and the gift of life, oh God. And this morning, oh Lord, I just pray, oh God, just for you to continue to keep blessing us. Please keep healing us, oh Lord, as we are going through this season, oh God. I pray that we may come to see you for who you are. For you are the Alpha and the Omega. You are the beginning and the end. You are the one who spoke into nothing and all things came to be. You are the one who spoke us all into existence. And I believe in my heart, Lord, that you are seeing us right where you are. You see the situation that we're going through, Lord, and your will above all things be done. You are going to see us through. So I pray for every person who may be listening. I pray, oh God, that this is the day that you have made. I pray that we may come to repent, that we may come to turn away from our sins, oh Lord, and that we may get ever closer to you. We need you now more than ever, Lord. And I just pray for just a special blessing upon every person who may be listening. I pray that you lift them up. Those who may be mourning, those who may be going through depression, those who may be going through a heartbreak or a hurt. I pray, oh God, that you send your Holy Spirit to lift them up, to remind them that today is a better day. Today is a better day by your grace. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. How strong is the Alpha and Omega?
Well, more than words, Mr. Checky can explain. It's hard to put him in a box.
Oh, okay. I get you. I get you.
Yes, it's more than our words can explain. We words not enough. He is who he is.
Yeah. So how is the family keeping?
Well, thanks God, everybody, we seem all right. Thanks God, I was actually in San Pedro for one day. In last week, we had a meeting at school, and it was a bit scary because the island it has a lot of numbers going up, and it's not the only place, and some of my friends met with some friend that they didn't know. We're all right, Mr. Checky. We're all right. Thanks God, we seem all right.
Okay.
We try not to come out if we don't have to.
So you was there before the lockdown, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
if not, they may have lockdown over there right now.
I mean, I lockdown over there. That's why I say I'm just grateful that I got to come home. It was only one overnight, and I tried to make sure I had my mask. I tried to stay as protected as possible because I had to come home. So
yeah. I know you're on you're on leave right now, but you know anything since this lockdown has came and school has been postponed, no date set. Do you know if there's any measures that's been taken when it comes to schools?
well, in our meeting, teachers were encouraged, our staff were encouraged that should the case be prolonged, that we need to start preparing the at-home learning packages, the same that we did in phase one. Through the WhatsApp group, the higher levels like standard 5 and 6, some of us use emails to email the packages to our children. And so we are already working on that. So should the case be that it's longer than, I don't know, can I not give one time yet, we are expected to make those packages to send out to students.
Okay. How how effective is it to do those online classes?
For what it is, Mr. Checky, it is a bit challenging because one, you're not going to monitor who actually do what, and two, it's not 100% of the parents who do send the feedback of what their children are doing, but we try our best. It is a bit challenging, but considering the situation, we try our best. I guess it may be different, if we had a structured system in place.
Right. Yeah.
Like, because when I was studying for my bachelor's, everything I'm online, is structured, so you know what for do, when for turn in. But using WhatsApp, it, it, uh, it's a challenge. But we just try to make the best out of it. And some parents cooperate, but we don't get feedback from all.
Is it recommendable for parents, since they are doing these lines via WhatsApp and they have some online programs as well, is it recommendable for parents to help their child?
Yes, we are stressing on that because they become the teachers now, Mr. Chettle. Because now the material is just made available for them. So
Okay.
they become the teachers now at home to practice with their children and to push them in that direction.
So do they have?
Recommending that parents,
Does the parents have the answers to these classes?
The ones that we send, if the parent he will speak from my experience in phase one. I had emailed out the package to my children because at our school all the students have email address. I'm not sure if all schools do that. But the one who never have, they use their parents one. Whatever question or comments, whatever the parents had, they sent me a text or an email and I responded that way.
Good.
So
yeah.
the ones that they knew,
No, I said that's good.
So yes, we have to like what you say. We have to make things. We have to make do with what we have. We have to make do with what we have. So, and the ones that they knew, then they got it done. They sent it to me. I reviewed it, showed them where to make corrections. So it's not all that bad. It's challenging, but we're trying to make it work if everybody participates.
Yeah, it's not like being physical in the classroom, but I guess this is the most hopeful way that this can happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have more options with that, so.
Okay. Well, let's see what will happen in the days to come because things are not looking good right now. We are seeing that cases are coming up, but I'm glad that the latest document that was released last night, Orange WAC, is not included in that one, no?
All right. I am looking up. I am keeping up, Mr. Chekian, because I do have a lot of co-workers on the island, and I am praying for them. I am praying for them. It's a bit scary to be in that situation, but God is good. Right.
All right, Delval, thanks again, and tomorrow we link up. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we got poems tomorrow, right?
All right. If the good Lord so willing, tomorrow.
All right. Thanks. Take care then. Folks, we will now check in with the Belize Met Service. We have a full studio this morning. Minister Aragon is in the house already, and we will be having that conversation. But we now check in with the Belize Met Service and a general situation for today, the 12th day of August 2020. Mainly fair weather will prevail today. The 24-hour forecast, sunny with a few cloudy spells today and partly cloudy tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will be isolated. Let's take a look at the marine conditions. The winds are blowing east to northeast at 5 to 15 knots. Sea state light chop, and we have wave heights from 2 to 4 feet. Temperatures across the country in the coast 87 highs, 31 low, and inland 34 Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit. So have a very hot day today again. Like when the sun come out, at least we feel pleasurous, right? And in the hills it's 78. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for generally fair weather to prevail with generally isolated showers and thunderstorms. And folks, we will experience a high tide at 11:39 this morning. That's a low. We are having a high tide. A low tide will occur this morning at 11:19 and a high at 5:08 this evening. Another low tide at 10:10 tonight and a high tomorrow morning at 4:24. The sun was up at 5:35 this morning and will set at 6:20. That is your general weather forecast brought to you by the Belize Met Service and certainly by your North Division Channel 10. Folks, it's 21 minutes now, 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's Wednesday, and we want to once again wish you a most pleasant, beautiful time, a most pleasant, beautiful day. And coming up after the break, we will be joined on our set here by Minister Aragon. Tomorrow we'll be having the Ministry of Health right here talking to us about the measures at the Northern Regional Hospital and when it comes to this COVID-19. So we'll be having a panelist tomorrow talking about health and information, relevant information that we all need to go through. So we take a break, folks, and we will be back after these messages right here on North Television Channel 10.
Saltar la frontera es ilegal y coloca a toda la nación en riesgo. Nuestros vecinos, Guatemala y México, han experimentado un rápido incremento de casos de contagio de COVID-19 y hay más muertes cada día. Personas entrando a Belice ilegalmente, viniendo de esos países con múltiples casos, no les están haciendo las pruebas de COVID-19. Es por eso que es importante reportar a cualquiera que entre ilegalmente a Belice llamando a nuestras líneas directas. Para Smart, marque 0800-586-7377, 0800-267-3377 y para Digi, marque 0800-728-3293. Tolerar o participar en entrar ilegalmente es ponerte a ti, a tu familia y a todo tu país en riesgo. Recuerda, cualquiera que sea arrestado deberá pagar una multa de hasta 5,000 y o prisión por 2 años. Detén el salto de fronteras hoy. Este mensaje es presentado por el Departamento de Policía de Belice y el Banco de Belice.
Since 2014, Honorable Eloy Aragon has been quietly and consistently assisting deserving residents of Orange Walk East through a pantry program that he put together using personal resources and also with the support of generous business persons. It started with the distribution of 100 packages per month and has now doubled to 200 packages per month. The packages comprise of rice, beans, flour, and sugar, which are staples in any household and a great help to the recipients. During the state of emergency in the month of April, Honorable Aragon also prepared and delivered 3,000 food hampers to residents of Orange Walk East. In the first instance, 1,500 parcels were delivered, followed by 1,500 more 2 weeks later. This was done because Mr. Aragon was aware of the hardships some of their residents were going through due to the COVID curfew. This is a man who cares. Honorable Eloy Aragon Jr., with you always.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lumulus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built, linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Boy, I late again. What? Nanging day yet? No time to sleep then.
Ugh, where did I put my license? What? More cash? Yes!
Oh my god, that's a huge slice. More for me. Money, money.
Who doesn't love having more of your favorite things?
Start money right.
With Digicel's new prepaid data plans, you get more data to do more of the things you love. That's more chats, more snaps, more surfing, more videos, more everything. So go ahead, live your best life with Digi. Whatever that may be.
114.60 acres in Tiger Creek, Orange Walk, 3,000 acres, 0.961 hectares to Jaime Briceño and John Briceño, 827.848 square yards to John Briceño, 5.4 acres to John Briceño and Jaime Briceño, 20 acres in Progreso to John Briceño, to John Briceño again, 6 acres in Progreso, all the Progreso Valley.
They want to do is to try to secure their future in terms of grasping after political victory. There will be time enough for that. We can't go beyond November, the first week in November. But in the meantime, for God's sake, please focus on the fact that we are in a crisis that all of us together, led by the government, but all of us together must serve. You see, Madam Speaker, leader of the opposition is not present, but when, because he makes clear that his opposition is not on a matter of principle, it is strictly political. When he makes clear that he will put opportunism ahead of the best interests of the country, that is when he opens himself up to by declaring to the whole nation that he is unfit for leadership. You don't cut and run in the middle of a pandemic. Worse, you don't seek to exploit the pandemic for narrow political gain. And Madam Speaker, I am not the only one who says that he's unfit for leadership. He should tell us about what a member of his own party said, and I quote, "You," addressing it to the leader of the opposition, "you have shown unscrupulous behavior time and time again, and it is a part of your DNA. This is a reflection of your insecurity as party leader. You are aware many eyes are on the leadership of the party. Despite your having failed continuously to prove your leadership skills, your despicable actions will also violate the Constitution of Belize if given the opportunity. You have not demonstrated any qualities and capabilities of becoming the next Prime Minister of Belize. In closing, because of your lack of capacity to lead this nation of Belize and your inability to deliver yourself as a leader, you will now stand to bear all the consequences." Enough said, Madam Speaker.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
Looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the ejectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Carzal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directory? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both way. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, home in. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass 45 minutes, have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Chartinia, Kaparbank, and part of Progreso. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize. The government of Belize. Moving Belize forward.
When you think about compassion, care and kindness, the area representative of Orange Rock East, Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr., immediately comes to mind. He has demonstrated through dedication and hard work that the people he represents are his priority. His work in Orange Rock East to deliver goods and services has been never-ending. Infrastructure, streets, water, land, social assistance, sports, and education are areas in which Mr. Aragon has focused and delivered to his people in Orange Rock East. Honorable Aragon has lived a life of dedicated service to his country and people with an excellent track record. Orange Rock East deserves the best. So, for continued development, vote for Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's a lovely, beautiful morning, folks, and Wednesday is East Day. That's right, and we have the East right here this morning on the Sugar City Morning Show. I want to say good morning to Minister Aragon. Good morning, Minister.
Well, good morning, Checky, and of course, I would like to say good morning to all our TV and radio listeners. No, you know we are transmitting live on East Radio 104.9 FM. And I just want to say a pleasant good morning, especially to the people in Orange Rock East and to all those in our division, you know. A pleasant good morning. No matter what is happening out there, we have to be glad that we wake up, we woke up, you know, because a lot of people don't get up, you know, check it any day, you know, or have some very difficult times. But I guess once we could get up and God has given us this other day in terms of the strength and the life that we could move around, I think we have to feel that we are blessed.
Certainly. Minister, last week you were here on Thursday, and you had your show on Thursday night, and I was hearing some comments, before we go to Santa Marta, some comments coming out from your show pertaining to the behavior of the leader of the opposition. It seems like that show is a very hot show, you know, and we saw a release that came out, and then sometimes it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder what's the direction.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you saw the release or...
The press release in terms that he was talking about something that has to do with the health system, no?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I think I have a copy of it where he spoke about the statement on health, he basically called it, no? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know, Checky, I don't know if you read that, but I read it. I think it was highlighted or showcased on last night's newscast.
Right.
And I'll tell you that, you know, I read that thing, and, you know, sometimes you wonder where he's living, you know, because the truth of the matter, it's easy to criticize, you know. The first thing you could pull out of your mouth is negativity, you know, and I think he full of that right now, because when I read his statement, you know, he tries to talk about, the audience he gave his gratitude to the frontline workers, etc., blah, blah. To me, this thing, then I just talkings because then he not serious. Talking about frontline workers and then they go for criticize the system and what the government is doing and the situation of the health system, the inner chaos and all of that, which to me is untruth. It is very misinformation and it's deceptive in nature. And when I read that, again I look at it and say, is this the kind of leader this country wants? And I tell myself that because, man, for PUPs where they read that, intelligent PUPs reading that, they were insulting their face because this man, Johnny Briceño, who has literally abandoned the Belizean people by walking out on them in terms of the National Oversight Committee. Remember the National Oversight Committee, he was co-chair, He's not just one member, he's a co-chair. He and the Prime Minister sits to oversee everything that will happen.
You think it was a good thing for the Prime Minister to invite him to be on that committee?
Of course, I think that is magnanimous of the Prime Minister to say, you know what, make the opposition come and be co-chair. Let us work on this pandemic, this crisis that this nation is going through together. As opposition and as government. And let us work so that we make this the best possible decisions for this country, in the best interests of the people of this country. And you have Johnny Briceño walk out on that for what? The only reason he could have given this nation was that because he's walking out on the people, because he's going into politics, he's concerned about winning the next election, and it's politics for him. That just shows how selfish he is. He don't care about the hundreds of thousands of Belizeans out there. He don't understand that as co-chair you could help to make the right decisions. He walks out on the people of this country by resigning from the National Oversight Committee, and not only he resigned, anybody else who were PUP in those other committees left. Wow. And so what happens? Basically, he has abandons the people of this country, but he's ready to criticize and talking, I say crap, because listen to me, when you talk about the healthcare is in crisis, listen to me, I think the people out there, the frontline workers, it's easy for, they hurry jump and say, well, I want to show my gratitude. My brother, if you want to show your gratitude, you'd have stayed in that National Oversight Committee to look at the best decisions for these people. You walk out on everybody, and you expect for come and criticize. To me, that is the worst thing. You don't walk out on people. But now you take time and start throw punches in terms of criticizing our people, especially the healthcare system. Listen to me. The Department of Health Services, I think, along with the National Oversight Committee, I think they are doing a wonderful job. Listen, it's not perfect. You don't got no perfect system. There are people who are going to be left out, people who might be overlooked and things like that. But at the end of the day, these people have been working, and I think they have been doing a wonderful job in trying to trace the contacts who have been infected. And they are doing the best they can. Listen, at the end of the day, this responsibility not lies only on the Department of Health Services. It lies on every single person to take care of themselves, man. Put on your mask, not come out if you don't have to, limit your movements, gatherings. All of these things are part that we as individuals can do. But to get up as a man who wants to be the next Prime Minister of this country, it is a shame on you, Johnny Briceño. You want to get up and criticize the healthcare systems, healthcare setup, system that exists in this country, talking about, only this and that. We know there's not a person out there who can tell you where our healthcare system. That is why prevention is better than the cure. But he offers nothing positive except what? Start bash and be negative. Checky, if you don't abandon the people from your overnight, you're supposed to shut up because you have not contributed nothing to the positive nature of trying to deal with this pandemic. But you are show negativity. And this is, to me, basic. And anybody who could read his press release, Checky, anybody who is intelligent enough to read that will tell you that what he's speaking there is full of crap and it belongs in the garbage. You know why? Because that they're supporting our people. He's not there for to criticize the government at any turn.
But what do you get from criticizing the health workers?
I get nowhere. I get nowhere. Checky, listen to me. Everybody know where we stand. And I think, easy for handle this thing. You think the nurses and doctors, you think the BDF, the police officers, Coast Guard, everybody out there who are front line. You don't think they have concerns? They have families too.
Yeah.
But they have to do their job, and they are risking their lives to deal with this situation. And then you got a man like Johnny Briceño will sit back, don't abandon the people, abandon the frontline workers, and then talk and criticize about the system. He should have stood there with the Prime Minister as co-chair of the National Oversight Committee and put his ideas forward, help to guide this country, help to lend advice. But he has not done none of that. He has walked out on the people of this country, and this is not the first time he walked out on the people of this country. With the ICJ, he has done the same. Every single major decision that is impactful to this nation, he has basically walked out on the people. He has basically made the wrong decision. If we were left up to Johnny Briceño to lead us through this pandemic, my brother, this whole country may be worse off than where we are, because he's not the same man we called for open the airport long time,
Yeah.
Right? So this is the kind of thing that I think the Belizean people have to sit through. Again, I ask myself, is this the man we want as Prime Minister? A man who have no love, no care for the Belizean people? And I say that without any kind of remorse, because that is the facts, that is the truth. You read that press release, when he talk long negative thing about this and that, man, you should be staying in a National Oversight Committee and assist this nation, but you walked out on the people.
You mentioned, Minister, that when the leader of the opposition walked out from the Oversight Committee, all his persons that were working with him from the opposition, they came out as well, right?
Yeah, they come out.
What's the position of the United Democratic Party government now when it comes to this case in fighting this pandemic?
Well, listen to me. The government is here with the people of this country, has always stood for the people of this country. And I don't say the UDP perfect, man. The government is not perfect. But listen, at the end of the day, you can see the difference between the government and the opposition. And of course, there's a clear divide, because one the government, one the opposition. Mm-hmm. But in a time of pandemic, the Prime Minister never exclude the opposition. The Prime Minister welcomed the opposition at the highest level. And what is that level? To co-chair the National Oversight Committee.
Minister, I believe at one time the Prime Minister had to be tested as well, right?
Well, I don't remember.
Or something
I think,
that someone that was working at his house on Good Friday, and somebody that died was the brother-in-law of this person, and the Prime Minister was on that little threat. But I'm not sure if you remember about that. But to see how the Prime Minister and this government are putting themselves on the front line as well.
Right. And listen to me. This pandemic, if you look what is happening across the globe, Cheke, you will find out that there are first, second, third waves, all kind of waves that take place in terms of the kind of how the infection spreads. I mean, not even the greatest of America, we have all the resources, can't say they don't have a pandemic problem where it's all over the place and it keeps increasing. No, you there believes we are fighting to keep it low. We are fighting to do everything we have. But listen, like I said, we can't just throw blame on the Department of Health Services or talk about this and that. Where are you when you should have been at the head of National Oversight Committee talking about trying to get the resources to fight this pandemic here in this country? He not do nothing, not do nothing. But if he will criticize what is happening, that is what I can't take, Check if we are part of this thing, then me and you in this thing together, yes or no?
Right.
We are doing our best for trying to see what we can do to manage this situation. But you are walk out and we are gone, your business. But then you are out there, they criticize of what we are doing in here. That can't work, man. And for him to be the leader of the opposition, I say shame again, Johnny. Shame on you for walking out on the National Oversight Committee, and shame of you to criticize the system. If you criticize the system, it's because you have no love for your people. These people are working hard out there, There's not a person at the front line, whether you are from the Department of Health Services or you're in the police department or national security branches, wherever you are working front line. I mean, come on, this is not an easy task. And for him to criticize and just criticize and put on a press release like that, that is an insult to the Belizean people.
So we are on the COVID-19. When you were here last week, Thursday, Minister, I believe it was in the afternoon that a press conference was held, and you were saying before the lockdown came from Santa Marta Shipyard and Guinea Grass and the state of emergency, that you were going to be looking into what is happening in Santa Marta. We know Santa Marta is a lockdown. What's your plans for the people in Santa Marta?
Well, first of all, Cheke, I'd just like to say that I know that it's a tough situation. When you have a village going into a lockdown, easy. it affects everybody. And Santa Marta, I think, is a unique village because of its remoteness, the fact that they don't have the kind of information readily available to them. There's no cable there. They don't have their cell service. There's no internet there. They don't have the cell service. The only thing that works there is smart, at times. So there's a challenge for these people there. And they are remote. So when you look at Santa Marta, I just want to empathize with them and let them know that we will be working on something. I definitely have to look and see what I can do for these people. They are in lockdown. They can't leave their village. Nobody can come into their village. But what I want people to know is that those in Santa Marta, they can still receive their medicines, they can receive their food. If there's somebody from town or elsewhere, they can take it there for them. They're not giving people, there'll be no close contact. But they can leave it there and these people can pick it up. So they're still able to get their stuff. The persons who own stores there, they can get their goods still. Goods can still be delivered there. They come, pick it up, and take it back into the stores to sell. But of course, being a remote village, sometimes maybe they don't even know what is happening there. All they must know that is that they are locked down. And definitely we'll be working on trying to see what we can do to reach out to these people. I'm hopeful that we can put some new packages at least and reach out there to assist these people, because at the end of the day, this is a farming community. Most of the work is in farming, etc. That doesn't mean they can't go to their farms that are nearby, except that if it falls outside. And in times like these, when you're locked down, there are people who have to move and traverse to get around. And when you're confined like that, it becomes an issue. And so I know these people are having it hard, despite the fact that we might say, well, yes, we know it is for the best, but what they are going through, we have to be real. We have to understand that it might be difficult for families there at this point in time. I am only glad that it is for 2 weeks only, and we are already going to
the first week.
The first week by Friday we'll have the first week, and then one more week. But nevertheless, that is 2 weeks. That will be 2 weeks in confinement in terms of isolation. So definitely it's not easy. We saw the situation in San Felipe when that was closed down.
Yeah,
and
it
what
was
is
tough for them.
Tough, it gets tough, and what is happening in Shipyard, Guinea Grass, and of course Santa Marta, it is tough. So my heart goes out to them, and definitely I, as a representative, I'm going to see what I can do on my side. I know the government has the financial assistance program that just kicked up this Monday. And this Monday, right? It was Monday or last week?
Yeah,
this Monday, I think.
Yeah, this week it started.
This week it started, and of course, or last week, I think, Checky.
Yeah, last week
it started. And so, definitely, we need to look at that. And of course, whenever that food pantry program kicks up again, we will see how things progress. But definitely, right now, we have to look at it. It concerns me as the area representative. I have made that known with my colleagues, and to see what we can do to assist. But that is the situation with Santa Marta. But like I said, if they need goods and that people can take the goods there, they can't enter or pass the checkpoint, but they can leave these goods for these people to come and pick up.
Apart from yourself, that will be helping. Do you know if anything is coming from government when it comes to the human development for these three communities?
Well, at this point in time, I'm not sure if there's anything set up yet. I have made the request already through NEMO and thing to see if there's a possibility for us to reach out. But in the meantime, definitely I'm going to see what I can do, Checky, because of course government will always come to support, but there's always a need for more. So definitely I'm going to look at it. I know human development with the food pantry and support on that is coming on stream. How long that will be, I'm not too sure. But nevertheless, we'll be looking at what we can do on the ground for these people.
As you mentioned, Minister, that internet service is not too strong in that area. So what are being done to these persons in Santa Marta that would like to apply for the COVID relief financial assistance and the pantry program? How can they apply?
Well, that is the challenge right now, Checky. Right now, as we speak, today we'll have people in Champan Ridge. I have people going around to assist people with the forms. Because, we could be real. It is an online application, and not everybody tech savvy. Not everybody understand about these things. Just a mere fact in terms of like some of the MSME programs that they have. one of the criteria is you have to have an email. How many people out of them villages have email? So we have seen these challenges and we are working around these things to see how we can assist people. But like I said, that's not an easy thing, but we will be doing something, and I'm sure that Santa Marta being in lockdown right now, there's not much that can be done. But definitely I am sure that government will look into that situation, because what is happening in Santa Marta is not the only situation like that that exists in this country. There are other places, other villages who may be experiencing that same dilemma. So I'm definitely sure that things will be looked upon in terms of trying to deal with that whenever that food pantry program reopens, you know.
Yeah, somebody just in a text wanted to know what's the reason for the state of emergency over the country, and it's not all over the country that we have these cases.
Well, the thing is I think one of the biggest challenges is in terms of containing this virus. You know, this is a small country, Tricky. You look at what happened in San Pedro. I don't know if last night the newscast, on the new release that you saw, the amount of additional infected cases, majority coming out of San Pedro.
Right.
That shows you this widespread in terms of people who had gotten or contracted the COVID-19 virus. And a lot of people at San Pedro, how easy is it for them to transmit this in terms of leaving San Pedro? Anybody could catch a boat and left San Pedro, yes or no? And from San Pedro, you go to Belize, you go to Dangriga, you go to PG, you go to Orange Walk, and this is how the virus spreads. So by putting in the curfew, by putting in the state of emergency, it assists the law enforcement entities, it assists the Department of Health Services to take a better control and limit the movement of people. This is, at the end of the day, if you have no reason to be out, you should be out. Because at this point in time, remember, the virus is there. We have had outbreaks in Guinea Grass, Santa Marta, Shipyard. We even had a case in Orange Walk Town. Right now we have a lot of cases in San Pedro. Belize City has cases. So
we have Belmopan is rising as well.
And Belmopan have cases. So what is that highlighting to you? Is that, listen, this virus, the way this virus moves, it moves with people. So how people move and it is passed on, the infection, the state of emergency is important to try to limit the movement of people. That means what you do after 5 the evening, 6 o'clock, 7, what are you doing out there? You have no reason to be out there. The less we limit the movement, the better. You look at the United States. A lot of the spread in the United States has to do with young people being out partying, discotheques, etc. The same thing that transpired in San Pedro. You know, so these are the challenging things that the Department of Health Services and other frontline workers have to contend with, you know.
Yeah, but Minister, the state of emergency had to be put in place for us to institute the curfew, right?
Right.
Yeah, and do you see with the cases rising, do you see that maybe we might go further than that?
Of course, I think that if you see that we have more outbreaks, let's say right now we know San Pedro is in lockdown basically. Mm-hmm. If you see more cases, like let's talk about Orange Walk. Right now you say tomorrow we get 5-6 cases popping up here in this town of ours. That means that there's a community spread. That means it's out there. Somebody is spreading it or passing it on. And so the way this virus spread is, I spread it to you, you spread it to your family, or 5 in your family go out and then spread it to more people. So the best thing we can do in terms of trying to deal with this situation is asking people to stay home. If you have it and your family have it, check it, and you stay home and you follow the precautions, you are limiting the spread of this virus. And after 14 days, 21 days, whatever it's, that virus will die with you in your household. You understand me?
Yeah, but Minister,
in terms
we're asking people...
you will get over it and the spread will be minimal.
We're asking persons to stay home, but persons are not doing that. They still came out. The commissioner did a post saying that he do at least circle a city and the amount of people he seen they use a mask. He said if he may decide to arrest me, I could arrest at least 100 persons. But these persons need to understand that when this thing happens, it will affect everyone.
Well, it is affecting everybody, because the truth of the matter is that this virus affects everyone. And you know, sometimes you don't know about how severe these things are until you catch it and you go through one serious situation. I think in Belize, I think we have lost one life, 1 or 2 life overall. But that no means that because everybody is different. Everybody's immune system is different. You might catch it checking and have like cold symptoms or whatever. You get over that and then what? You're okay. But other people who are elderly, other people who might have other underlying medical issues might get that virus, and that virus might really do one damage on them. So that is why we are asking people to be careful, to deal with everybody like if you deal with somebody who have the virus, and use your, do everything, wash your hand, do your part in terms of not spreading this virus. And one of the easiest thing we can do is limit our movement out there, right? If we don't need to go out there and that, then we don't do it. We go if you have to. Wear your mask, wash your hands, be conscious of the safety precautions that you need to take in terms of the social distancing and all of these things. I think it is a responsibility for every single Belizean to be mindful of these things and to do what they can to prevent the spread of this virus. And I think it's upon us, health, the Ministry of Health, the National Security, and everybody at the front line can only do so much, Checky. We as Belizeans must do our part. And I think if we do our part, because of how we, a small population, where we live and how we are spread out, I think we could contain these things, but we have to do our part,
Yeah, this weekend that passed was the first weekend we had under the state of emergency, and the commissioner reported that they charge, I think it's like 147 person for the first weekend. But when we had the first outbreaks at the shops, we can see that the signs are still there at the shop for persons to remain their distance. But you go in at some of the shops them and people are lined up bucking on each other's. So if the persons that are buying at the shop are not adhering to the rule, I think something should be done to the shopkeepers to make sure that they put some measures in place that persons should not be bundled up together like that. Because some of the shop you go in, Minister, people they right there so they buck up by you that pay for your groceries, and somebody must just they buy one cigarette or one beer or something, and they just go, hey, one cigarette, and then the person collect the money, and then they right there so they spread over you. So some of the shops they need to put these things in these measures in place as well.
Like I said, I think this is a responsibility for everyone, business owners, people going out there. I mean, we have to be responsible enough, and sometimes, these things are overlooked. But, for throw blame for anybody, I say, oh, this is your fault, because if you talk to the businessman, I said, I know me, I tell him, say, I got the signs, I got this,
right.
And look what they do, they still come. So, so I think it is a responsibility on everyone. The businessman needs to advise the people and say, come, we got to make we adhere to the social distancing. And the people themselves must say, you know what, I make I stay 6 foot from Checky, make I got my mask, make I watch where they touch, and make sure I wash my hand on a regular basis and do my part in terms of reducing the spread of this virus. And like I said, Checky, this thing, how would I put it to you? It's not until you come close to home then you realize and start worry about it, because a lot of times Belizeans out there, that's a virus, that don't happen to me. Yeah. And when you start catch it and start go through certain things, then you realize and say, man, why they put myself at risk for? But sometimes we don't appreciate the fact that we can do something from now before we come in contact with these things. So in terms of having the discipline to use your mask wherever you go, to wash your hands, to limit your movement, this comes from what? Personal decision making. So that is what we have to begin to let people become accustomed to. Let it become a part of your routine. Why? It's for your own safety. It's for the safety of others. And it's not going easy, Checky, because this is a new phenomenon. You have to come and put your mask every day. You have to ensure you wash your hand regularly, use a hand sanitizer. I mean, we're not used to those things. We're a social being. We like come out and then in a crowd, we like take a little drink and all of that, hug up, squeeze up.
Yeah.
You understand me? That's who we are. We are a social being. But at this point in time, we have to retrain ourselves because we are dealing with this pandemic. And hopefully, when a vaccine does come out, I mean, it'll be an end to this kind of situation, right? Because, we have lived with this. We have been, in our human history, we have had a lot of pandemics, a lot of viruses that have come about, and we have been able to find the cure and get the vaccination, etc. So This is just another moment in our human history. But nevertheless, it is us living in this time and period. So we have to do our part too, And I just want to really big up our frontline workers. You've heard police officers being infected, etc.
Yeah.
Coast Guard personnel and all these things. So listen, you consider this virus basically does not discriminate anyone. It can come to anybody, any person. But we have to big them up because these are the frontline workers out there day in and day out. When you're at home, they sleep, and then they try and make nobody jump the border.
True.
And all of these things. So, and of course the healthcare personnel who they deal and treat or test people, all of these things are some risks that people are taking, but they are doing it for the greater good of this nation. Then they put themselves front there. Ask Johnny Briceño what he has done for the people. All they had asked him is to sit and co-chair this National Oversight Committee with his mind, to give ideas, to give guidance. He abandoned the people with that simple thing, He not know one of them man where they are front line, they do testing on people. He not know one of the front line man where they out there, they chase border jumpers and all of that, deal with the contraband issue and all of that. So, and this is the kind of disgust I have for people like Johnny Briceño, because they walk out on our nation, man, at the most critical time when you need these people. They abandon people. That, to me, that's a shame. And it's just downright disgusting and makes it even worse when he take and put out press releases like that, criticizing the effort that is being made. I can't stand for that. And I have to call him out on that, because that is the downright truth, Checky. Anybody will read the press release that he put out there. You can imagine, like, if this man, he's so far they relax and he just criticize. Man, when he had an important role to play, and he walk out for what? For politics? What does he tell us? What is he telling this nation? That the only thing important for him is a general election, is winning a general election, and not a worry about what is happening to the people of this country at this point in time that is critical to this nation. I think anybody who wants to be a leader in this country wants to have a healthy community, healthy nation. That is the first and most important thing of any leader, is to have a healthy nation. But he don't care, especially when they write them thing there. So I said, crap, take one piece, mash it up and throw it in the garbage. That's the way it belongs.
It's 3 minutes after 8, folks. We want to say good morning to the folks there in the East, listening on the East Radio this morning. We want to wish you the best. Thanks for tuning in. And you can call us when we come back, and the number to call is 302-2070. That is 302-2170. We are present with Minister Aragon. We have the East in the house today, and we'll be taking a break, and we'll be back after these messages right here on Norte Visión Channel 10.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
It goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with the cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
From working late to hot date avec Derek. Yes, you can. Looking half decent at early morning Pilates. Yes, you can. When you've totally forgotten your BFF's birthday. Yeah, you can. Looking surprisingly good in last night's clothes. Even unscheduled media appearances. Batiste Dry Shampoo. Yes, you can.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
Border jumping is illegal and puts our entire nation at risk. Our neighbors, Guatemala and Mexico, are experiencing rapidly increasing numbers of COVID-19 cases, and there are more deaths every day. Persons entering Belize illegally from these hotspot countries are not being tested for COVID-19. That's why it is important to report anyone entering Belize illegally by calling our hotlines. Smart users call 0800-JUMPERS or 0800-BORDERS. For Digi, call 0800-SAVE-BZE. Condoning or engaging in border jumping is putting yourself, your family, and the entire country at risk. Remember, anyone caught will be fined up to $5,000 and or imprisoned for 2 years. Stop border jumping now. This message is brought to you by the Belize Police Department and the Belize Bank.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que huimos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rochefras, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rochefrans.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at DerekGillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop. fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Worried about wearing that sleeveless dress or sexy bikini due to unsightly ingrown hairs, razor bumps, or burn on your legs, underarms, or bikini lines? With TenSkin, those worries are a thing of the past. Just apply TenSkin and you'll be surprised at how quickly it works. So regain the confidence to go short, go sleeveless,
Go TenSkin.
Visit us online at gotenskin.com.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's a beautiful morning. It's a lovely, beautiful day. We say good morning to the folks there in the East. We got the East in the house today on Wednesday. And we want to certainly wish you all the best today. And we have Minister Aragon with us. Remember, you can reach us at 302-2170. You can send your text messages via regular text and WhatsApp at 600-5769. Minister, over some months ago, we were hearing the cries from the cattlemen's in the country of Belize with that issue there in Bullet Tree, with the intervention of the chairman, which the chairman has authority to do what he needs to do for the betterment of his village. But we understand that some good news are coming on board.
Right. I think we saw the official exportation of cattle, right, to Guatemala. I think on a legal basis. You know what was happening way back. Farmers or people from Blue Creek Shipyard and elsewhere, Spanish Lookout, were taking cattle through the Bullet Tree border crossing that existed there in terms of taking cattle to Guatemala. This was illegal. It's been illegal for quite some time, that was taking place. It was like an informal trade path where farmers would take their cattle. But because of the COVID and all of that, the situation, the likelihood of the spread of the disease there would take place because, a lot of people in Petén and Guatemala have the virus. So, and moreover, it was illegal to a large extent, right?
Yeah.
Because
So
it was informal but illegal. And I don't think it was the chairman alone. I think government on a whole was looking and said, man, we have to find and resolve this problem once and for all because we can't continue like that. And two, remember, this COVID period, Guatemala closed their borders too. So we would be basically operating in a situation out there in terms of the once informal exportation area. We put ourselves up at risk in terms of one, the spread of the disease, two, you're operating in a place where no government basically they oversee, not Guatemala nor the Belizean government. And three, the illegal crossing. So government decided, we might as well work towards formalizing these things so that it can be safer and it can be best managed for the safety of all. So definitely when you look at that, what has transpired is that government has been working, and under the Ministry of Agriculture and Baja, I think, working to allow for this new exportation agreement to be made. And I think that has been done now, and we have seen, I think there was a press release out there, basically that highlighted the first official trade in terms of cattle well going across our borders to Guatemala. And I think that is very, very good. It's a milestone, I would say, because that now, at least now you can know that anybody who have cattle, there is a way and means to get your cattle into Guatemala. Okay, and I think that is very important. You know, I don't know exactly, good for the farmers. I don't know all the intricate parts and how it goes about dealing with it, but I'm sure that Baja has now established this. We have seen the first, I think, amount of cattle going through. So definitely with that, I only could foresee from now and more on, and days to come, you will see a lot more cattle being able to be sold across our borders. So that is good. I think the next step they have to work on is maybe looking at other markets, maybe not only Guatemala, but maybe the Caribbean and Mexico and all of these places. So, but the first step has been done, and I think it is a good show, no?
Yeah. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
My name is
Yeah, morning.
I'm really concerned. Yesterday I was at Newland.
Okay.
And back in Newland, I see some people from Santa Marta there back there. They travel to back there, man.
Okay. So they are going to Newland, you say?
Yes, but I went to Little Belize.
Okay.
And remember, Santa Marta got three ways access out, you know. Like I went to Carmelita, I went to Marshall, and the next one we go Santa Marta to Newland to go to Little Belize. And then people they travel to back that road there.
All right.
So they come into town then?
I come in from last night. I know I see around the people around there, man.
Yeah.
Yesterday I got a Belize and then I come back and meet them people back here.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Carla. Thanks.
All right, man.
Thanks for the information.
Where is Newland, Minister?
Newland is right close to Santa Marta, and through Newland you could get a lot of places from there. Definitely you could get back in Atong and you could get back into Corozal and these places. So I will ask the National Security to look at this information. No?
Okay.
But it is important because, you know, you're in a lockdown for a reason, because you don't know who all might have had it there. You had a spread out there and they're trying to contain that spread, and the only way you contain it is after 14 days you've been, they move out and spread it. So, yeah. But, these are the challenges, I think, and we have to look at it now.
Yeah, someone wants to know, Minister, if they have cattle, which department they need to get in touch with to see if they can get on that program.
I think definitely the Ministry of Agriculture and Baja, they should be able to assist in terms of what are the procedures and how to get that moving. No, but they've had their first shipment, so with that now I think it's only a matter for people to become acquainted with that process, and so they can move their cattle. So they could. I would call the Ministry of Agriculture. No?
Okay. Since we are there on the Ministry of Agriculture, we are hearing about the possible shortage of poultry, of chickens. Any information on that?
Well, I think when you look at the poultry, you have to understand that a lot of it has to be, we are dependent on the people who produce the chicken, And, I think they made some cutbacks a little. I think they cut back a little too much based on what was happening when we first had the lockdowns and stuff. And so right now they're in the catch up. But I am confident that market is a proven market in terms of the industry in this country. And so I'm confident that will come right back up. So if you got shortage, I just want a little while and that will spring right back up,
Somebody saying, what happened to the Chanpai Ridge? Anything yet for the road?
Well, I think we just finished up Guinea Grass, and I think we can maybe highlight some pictures. I know the equipments are out there, are working this week that went by. And so this week we should be reaching to Champa Ridge for at least try to deal with that main road,
Okay,
and so that more than likely will take place this week. And of course after that we come to try to finish up some of the roads in the east, town side. But definitely that will happen. So people in Champa Ridge, hopefully this week, well, more than likely this week, the equipment will reach there. Like I said, we remember that Guinea Grass Road was in terrible condition too, just like Santa Marta Road. And these are not paved roads, so you have then with all the rains, they damage the road. So definitely Guinea Grass was worked on, and right now we're going to look at Champion Ridge. So
Okay, so after Guinea Grass, it's Champion Ridge.
well, Guinea Grass finished, Champion Ridge definitely, but like I said, and after that we got a lot of other streets to do. I think these are some of the roads that were being repaired in Guinea Grass. So there are a lot of work where the public works have to do. And they have to not only maintain these areas, and other areas that pop up. We had San Esteban that was terrible in Ghana, Guinea Grass. After that, they got to Santa Marta. After Santa Marta, they went to Guinea Grass, and from Guinea Grass, they're going to go to Champion Ridge. So work is being done, but like I said, there are limited resources, and we have to manage it as best as possible. But definitely the road in Champion Ridge will be looked at. Yeah.
Okay, so they are going to Champion Ridge. Minister Dr. Carla Barnett and Mr. Almendares was on the program, asked the expert, and they were talking about the COVID financial relief fund, no? And they were saying that persons that are applying, they just need to do their correct way of entering their information when it comes to names. Do you know when? And she also said that the persons that haven't received all their funds, because last week somebody called when he was here and saying that all that fund will be put into their bank account or will be credited to their card, and they can go and get their rest of fund and applying for the second phase that persons can apply. But they have some people apply, Minister, that has already went back to work, and I believe that's where some of the glitches are coming in.
Yeah.
Because when you go back to work, then your employer are paying Social Security for you, so they show that you have applied already. So when person do these things and it causes glitches in the system, do you know when I think they said that probably by this Friday or early next week, these new application
will be processed.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that is one of the reasons why they called for new applications for people to reapply, because some people were already back working already, and they were already on the approved system.
And this program is for unemployment.
That's right. This is to assist it's an unemployment relief program, which is basically looking to those people who have been affected by COVID. I mean, there's a lot of tour guides right now we're still affected who applied in the last time were approved. They've been asked to reapply again because, but you have some people who have gotten jobs, they've been called back to work, etc. And so we want to ensure that those who are working now, that they're okay, that this fund goes back to assist those who are not still being employed, and to ensure that you have the right people receiving the aid. And so that is one of the reasons I think they ask people to reapply. But like I said, the committee that sits and oversees this process and looks at the approvals, a lot of that is based on the kind of information you put on your application. That is why they ask that you put the right kind of information. We had a lot of people, I think a number of people who never have bank account last time. I saw when they put their brother, sister bank account, cousin bank account, and that no work.
Yeah.
Because when they send money in your name, you can't send it in somebody else's name. Those are not proper procedures. And so a lot of these monies, some of them get bounced back, some of them never get the money. They put wrong phone numbers, all of this. That is why they ask, look and ensure you put the right information, So, but like I said, I think the committee is better off in terms of understanding how to process these forms, and I think that these applications, and I think that they will do a better job this time around,
Yeah.
So we ask people, if you are not being you're unemployed, I mean, apply. Any idea the committee will look at it.
Yeah, we understand that the process will be much faster now in person receiving their financial assistance, because it will be challenged through the National Bank that is already in the system, so it won't take so long like the process through Social Security.
And those, yeah. Well, like I said, these are the challenges that come about, but I'm more than positive that these glitches or whatever might come around will be sorted out.
Okay, and so persons have on a card, on a go check, because Dr. Carla Barnett said that if you haven't received your 6th payment, which is supposed to be up to $900, then all the rest of money will be in your account. sometime by today or by Friday. So you can go and check, and the new program will start doing payouts, I believe, sometime early next week. So you can just check, but you have to have some patience as well.
That's right. It's a process, it's a process, and this is government's way of trying to assist the people in terms of getting this relief to people. Of course, you have the food pantry program that will kick up again. I know that in the affected areas right now, government is trying to see how they can assist those people in the quarantine areas.
Okay.
Of course, like we mentioned, Santa Marta is a special case, so we have to look at all of those things. But nevertheless, at least we know the government is there trying to do something for the people of this country, and I feel very proud of that, because this is the government that is there for its people, Cheki. Despite all the challenges, it stands shoulder to shoulder with the people of this country. But I think as we progress with this is something new for us. I think as we progress, we are get better on dealing with these situations.
Re-registration, Minister, transfer of votes. We are trying to see how we can keep social distancing and try to make sure we stay healthy. Do you still encourage that re-registration to continue in this time?
Of course, we need to continue with re-registration, registrations, and transfers, because at the end of the day, you, as a citizen of this country, have a right, a sacred right, and I would want to say a duty to be able to vote. And there's a process, and this process right now is there for transfers, and up to, of course, you can register and all of these things. So I ask the public how they take the opportunity to do so. I ask all those people in Orange Walk East, of course, we are here. If you are transferring in the East because you live here and think, just do so. Because at the end of the day, we are thankful for that support. And of course, we ask all those who have not been registered to register in the East. We welcome that. And of course, I want to ask and take the time right now, Cheki, for us, our people, do not transfer out of the Orange Walk East. We need your support, and we ask you to remain there with us strongly, so that we can be prepared as we progress down to when the time for voting come, which will be the next general election. No, so I ask for you all to stay in the East. No, but of course, like if you got one child 18 or who have already completed those years and have not registered, I encourage. But Cheki, and talking about registrations and transfers, I would just like to highlight to that, right now, I see a lot of flags that the POP are putting up, Maybe we could get this. Yeah.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning. Just please lower the volume of your radio or your television.
Your call is queued. Please hold. Your call is queued.
All right. So when you call back, just please lower your radio station. Okay, you're listening to the East Radio. Just lower the radio for a little while, and when you're done, you turn it up back also for the television. You're talking about flags.
Yeah. So, I think for the last 2 weeks, you saw, they're going to call it.
Yeah, because, hello, good morning.
Buenos días, Cheque. Buenos días, ministro.
Good morning. Buenos días.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
Espléndido en Orange Walk, ¿no? El bello país de Belice.
That's right.
Solo quiero, a través de este medio, ¿no? Dar gracias al gobierno y principalmente a usted, ¿no? Por estar con nosotros, especialmente durante estos días de crisis, esta pandemia que todos sabemos es nada fácil. Sabemos que ha tomado todas las precauciones el gobierno, el apoyo para levantar el país, la estimulación económica, el apoyo a la gente que realmente necesita, ¿no? Pero solo quisiera yo a través de este medio hablar de dos cositas. Uno, estigma. Hay mucha gente que está estigmatizando a la pobre gente y eso no es correcto. Ustedes bien saben de que nadie quisiera enfermarse.
Yep.
Es más, fíjense la pobre gente de Santa Marta. Ellos creo que ni salieron de sus casas. Ni salieron, son gente inocentes, humildes, trabajadores, ¿no? Y para que crear esa especie de estigma no es correcto. Y otra cosa, solo quisiera ventilar esto, ¿no? Si esta gente, cuando salgan de esta enfermedad, después que hayan convalecido, después que se hayan curado, ellos van a estar mejor que mucha de la gente nosotros, porque ellos van a tener ya el anticuerpo de esta enfermedad y van a poder atravesar todo este país sin problema. Es más, en Europa, las personas que han convalecido de esta enfermedad, que se han curado de esta enfermedad, ahora les están dando una especie de certificado para que ellos puedan trabajar, porque ellos ya tienen anticuerpos, ellos ya no pueden propagarlo y tampoco se pueden enfermar. Así que tenemos que tener cuidado cómo estigmatizamos a esta pobre gente, ¿ok? Hay que apoyarlos y podemos apoyarlos en algún tipo de provisión, medicinas o tratamientos. Hay que apoyar a esta gente, ¿no? La otra cosa, el caso de Santa Marta, entendemos de que usted puso la iniciativa para levantar lo que es el kindergarten. Y desafortunadamente, usted siendo el pionero de esto, esta gente no le invitaron para la inauguración de ellos. Pero Dios sabe por qué. Porque precisamente eso fue creo que uno de los casos por qué se propagó la enfermedad. Pero ¿quién estaba allá? ¿Quién estaba allá? Estaba el señor Kevin Bernard. Como que fuera su proyecto de él. Vemos durante todo este tiempo que él está acaparando, está tratando de demostrar que él es el que está haciéndolo con la realidad. No es él. Simplemente aquí en Orange Rock, el parque, ese parque ya estaba programado. Ya estaba programado en el tiempo de Philip de la Fuente. Eso lo hizo sponsor el gobierno central. La carretera, o sea, la calle principal. El Philip Wilson que atravesó desde Comangú hasta Child Farm, desde el Police Station, desde Comunidad Ranger Station hasta Yo Creek, o hasta San Antonio, podemos decir. Eso es proyecto de gobierno. Hay esta otra calle que se hizo acá en Tallarín Street, Santa Familia Street, ¿cómo le llaman de allá? De Avilés Street. Esos son todos proyectos por gobierno central. Pero este hombre está baja y sube su sombrero como que realmente lo hizo. No man, este es de gobierno y la gente tiene que saber. Yo hice una especie de posting en Facebook, a donde tenemos que decirle a la gente joven la realidad. La realidad es que el Partido Unido Democrático es la única alternativa para seguir el desarrollo de Belice. Si comparamos al Partido Unido Democrático con el otro lado, por favor, nos quedan sobrando. Esta gente no tienen nada que brindar. Ahora hay se rompe de pecho diciendo, los otros podemos hacer esto, los otros podemos hacer lo otro. Señores, ellos no pueden hacer nada. Estuvieron tanto tiempo en gobierno y no hicieron nada. ¿Qué hicieron? Hicieron bancarrota al país. Y gracias al Partido Unido Democrático, bajo el señor Dean Barrow y el UDP, es que ahora estamos en una mejor situación. Es solo desafortunado, pero no es que es aislado a solo a Belice, sino que es mundial esta pandemia. Y es cierto que vamos a tener que empezar de scratch otra vez, como dicen, pero conociendo el Partido Unido Democrático, vamos a salir de esto y vamos a salir juntos. Solo le pido a la gente que tenga paciencia, que usen sus máscaras, que laven sus manos, que mantengan el distanciamiento y vamos a salir de esto. Los que creen que están enfermos, que se queden en casa, que se hagan cuarentena y vamos a salir, hombre, mano a mano, vamos a salir, hombre a hombre. Pues pasen buenos días.
Gracias. Thank you very much.
Yeah, gracias. And definitely, I sure government will be assisting these villages that are in the lockdown, you know. I don't know how or through what means, but definitely assistance will come. But, you know, I have to look at the people in my division, and definitely Santa Marta is one of the villages that is locked down, and we'll be doing something to see how we can reach out to these people, you know. But Checky, before the call, we were talking about the fact that, you know, I noticed a lot of flags up in the north here. I passed and I saw PUP have a lot of flags up.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I guess that a PUP thing. Remember, you can't expect better from them because right now the opposition leader it's all about politics for him, no?
Yeah. Hello, good morning, muy buenos días.
Yes, good morning. Can I get an opportunity to be on show?
You are on the show, my brother. Good morning to you as well.
Good morning. I just want to commend the Minister Aragon and the government of Belize for all the effort they have been doing. You know, COVID-19 have affected the entire country. And even though economically we have the country on a whole and all citizens have been taking a big loss, the government is still doing everything it can to provide for its people. You know, Minister Aragon have been working constantly. I have seen this firsthand, you know, before the COVID-19 really getting out of hand in this era. He's been seeing everybody. You know, he doesn't hide from his people. You know, and it's really sad. I know the minister was just about to touch about flag. It's really sad. And you show how heartless the PUP are when you look at some village and trial farm and you saw on the news the other day, I think it was a PUP representative with blue shirt, and you know you're wasting and spending money on flags and shirts when your people are in need. And for this reason, I really have to commend for an excellent job that the minister is doing for his people. He's fighting day in, day out to get the resources for his people. We're not just talking about pantry and food supply. We're talking about helping with education. We're talking about fixing the facilities around the town. Look at the job that is being done right now in the Sanfield era, you know, and you could count the amount of work that the minister is doing, but he constantly is working for his people. And, you know, again, like I said, it just shows that the difference is clear. And it's not just clear between the UDP government and the PUP. It's also clear when it comes to Aragon versus the Mayor Kevin Bernard. It is clear, you know, and I'm sure our Belizean people is seeing this and know the difference, and will definitely, when election comes, will be supporting the Minister Elola Aragon Jr. because he's a proven leader. He has been doing the work, and I'm sure that with all these COVID-19 things, he, Mr. Aragon, and the government of Belize will continue to fight for his people. Hey, people don't understand. Imagine that you don't have a lot of money. Normally, when people don't have a lot of money, they don't want to spend it for nobody. But look, the government and the minister still, with all that, try to find the funds. And I believe a lot of time, it's only the PUP that is criticizing the government of Belize for what they're doing with the COVID-19, because we all know the situation. But when they're still trying to provide at least stimulants and at least the 150 every 2 weeks to every Belizean man, it's difficult, but they are trying. You know, it's a difference if they were not doing anything, but I'm sure, and everybody know, if you really look clearly and don't be biased like the PUP, you can see that the government of Belize is doing everything they can and have been helping a lot of people. Likewise, Minister Aragon, who have been doing, like I said, an excellent job. There's no doubt about it. He constantly continue to help his people. I'm sure, you know, that he will find a way to try to get into Santa Marta and to help those people with the assistance of the government of Belize. So I just want to always, you know, commend the minister for the work. Continue. I know you will continue to do good things for the original East as well as the larger country of Belize. So thanks again, Minister, and I encourage you to continue to work hard for your people. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Carla. And definitely we will continue with the work, you know. But Checky, just to touch on this point before, I know we must have to go up on break, but I just wanted to highlight this fact is that all the flags that I've seen, you know, because I've been thinking about this, we are coming to an election, no doubt about it, in November or thereabouts. My thing is that, you know, I've made a conscious decision not to be spending a lot of money on flags. So, you know, I see me, they put up a lot of flags out there. Yes, of course, when election times comes closer by, of course, we might have to put some flags up. And don't think in putting up flags, I pass and I say a lot of flags from last 2 weeks, I think they were putting up flags, the PUP. Because right now, in this time, I think we have to look at where we can best put these resources to. And I think that the most important thing for me is looking at putting these resources to those people who need it the most, you know. And we're in challenging times right now. And yes, we're also in a time where general elections is upon us. But definitely we have to balance things. And I do think that I, for one, personally, and I don't think that I will be investing a lot in these things because these things cost a lot of money, They're not gone cheap. And definitely I think that money can be used for a lot of things. We have other projects that I would want to see done. Government money is limited because government has a lot to do in terms of paying the bills for over 20,000 workers right now. It has other operational costs that must be met and all these things. So they're challenging times. And I want to see things done, especially some of the lead projects that I had planned for. We're trying to find ways and means to do it. And I think money can be best spent in these areas. And this is the kind of things that I have made decisions on to look at. Of course, I got one or two signs. We already had plans for one or two that we had already done. But to a large extent, most of this will be focused on seeing what we can do with the limited resources, how we can best assist people. For instance, we talk about Santa Marta. I mean, instead I go put flags at Santa Marta, I'd prefer see if we could put one food pantry and reach out to these people with that, But these are where we are right now, and definitely, I think that to me, that is my personal decision, Everybody have their own ideas, but I do think that at the end of the day, I always want to do what is best for the people in the Orange Walk East Division, and this is one way I think we could definitely see, instead of putting up flags and that all over the place, so I could see what we can do, I just wanted to highlight that because people might ask, Paragon, why you not put flags, why you not do this? Well, this is the reason why I'm not doing it, I think I can put those resources to better use,
Well, Minister, on that note, we'll be taking our final break of the morning. Then when we come back, we want to talk a little bit about the party. We have a new party leader, and we want to touch on that a little bit when we come back and see what's the plans forward. Folks, Minister Aragon and Robert Cheque Usher will be back after these messages right here on Norte Vision Channel 10.
Someone home, yes, someone coming, let's go. Sa. First question of the day, what you did it?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there, you can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
Say if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do too?
Oh man,
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in and dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
So all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
John Grisena says government needs to trim the fat. Let's take a minute to look at that fat.
Johnny Briceño receives a salary of $60,000 from the government to be the leader of the opposition and $84,000 for sports and community projects in his constituency. The People's United Party representatives receive about $993,000 annually from government to assist residents of their constituencies.
Since the COVID-19 state of emergency, the Prime Minister of Belize has given all his salary toward the relief efforts. The UDP ministers has given up a month's salary and allowances going forward. Johnny Briceño has not agreed to give up anything. The PUP representatives have not agreed to give up anything.
Leadership is about action, not words.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana.
Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi customer service.
The Philip Bolton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Bolton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Batiste Dry Shampoo is the quick and easy way to instantly refresh your hair between washes. Simply spray, massage, and brush. For hair that is refreshed with added body and great texture, so you have time to boss the morning routine. Yes, you can. Batiste Dry Shampoo.
Distributed by Vegas Imports.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show, folks. We are here with Minister Aragon today, and from this desk right here, we want to see a good morning and a special day going out to a great warrior of the country, Mr. Elito Urbina Sr.
That's
Today,
right,
Mr.
that's
Elito
right.
birthday.
That's right, and you know, you took it out of my words. I told you just now I wanted to big up Mr. Lito on his 84th birthday, you know. I mean, that must be the rake right here, you know. But 84 years old, man, you know, good friend of mine. I know him well, you know. He's a good family friend. You know, it's been a while I haven't seen him, but you know, I hope he's doing well.
Right.
I just want to big you up and wish you the best, Mr. Lito. I hope you enjoy today and of course every day, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Minister, we have a new leader elect for the United Democratic Party who has been one of the best Minister of Education. He has a great team working along with him, and that lifts him up and he goes forward. Have you have any discussion with the new leader going forward? I know we're in this pandemic right now, but the party still need to get prepared for the election coming. Any plans with the new leader?
Well, I think definitely. I think Patrick Faber is preparing. I think he has a tremendous task right now in terms of trying to reach out to every division, you know, and so it's not easy, you know. I think he has a big bag to carry in terms of trying to coordinate everything, you know.
Especially in these times.
And yeah, of course. I mean, during COVID, and I think one of the greatest tasks he has is preparing the party for general elections, and that does not come easy. But that is the situation there, and I am confident. I think we had a little meeting, small meeting yesterday, and I think a lot of these things were discussed in the way forward. So I am certain that the work is underway in terms of preparing the party for the election in November, So that is on. Tremendous work that has to be done. I commend him as the party elect leader to continue to work and focus on these areas for the entire United Democratic Party. So I commend him and big him up for the hard work that he's doing, It's not easy, especially like you said during these times, but like they say, the work must go on, Chicky.
Right.
So I am confident that is being done based on the meeting we had yesterday, and I'm confident that the work will continue, and I think there's new motivation, there's new energy in terms of seeing these things become reality. So definitely the work continues, but I would like to take a little time, Checky, right now. I know
we will try to see how we can arrange something for the new leader elect to come on the show.
Of course, man.
One
course.
of these days when you come.
I think that would be good
because the country, and especially the North, needs to hear the plans of the United Democratic Party going forward, and that those plans will come at a good time and from the new leader elect, because people need to know what's the plans of the party, how is the party going, and this time I reach out to everybody, Minister. You can't go to a village, and you can't go to, let's say you're on tour, Orange Walk North. It's hard for him to go to all the villages, and it's hard to bring people together because of the pandemic and everything. So in the ways of virtually and through televisions and radios, you can reach out. So we will have to try to see how we can get the new leader elect to explain to the general public of the new platform.
Definitely, man. And like I said, Checky, there's a lot of work, because that in and of itself would take a long discussion. I mean, I know the government just put out their plan in terms of bringing this economy back, but definitely I think it would be an honor for us to have him here, and I could speak with him. I know he had been touring one or two districts already, but definitely I am sure he will find the time for a drug. But like you said, we could bring on a Channel 10, and I think that's an excellent idea. And I think when I say, I will ask him if he could make time sometime.
Yeah, he was well received in the South,
Yeah,
in the South he was well received.
That's right. So we could look at that, and that's a good thing for us to discuss and work on, So we will look at that, no? But like I was saying, Checky, I know we don't got a lot of time. Time flies on with them on this show.
Yeah, true.
This morning show. But I just wanted to today highlight some of the continued work that we are doing in Sandy Field. I think we talk about regular, and it's nothing like when we show the pictures of the work that is taking place. So maybe the guys at the back could put on some of the pictures that we have. What is happening in Sandy Field is that, it's a 3-phase plan that we had. It's not, it's about us being able to renovate that park. And by renovating, it's not just the paint over that we
It's
do.
almost like building on.
We're doing new bleachers, new dugouts. Right here is new dugouts being done for that field. It's an ongoing work that is taking place. Definitely, I think that it is important because, we want to let this entire park be something that everybody is proud of, a park that everybody can use, a park that is there for the community. Right here, we are doing the 2 dugouts, for this. Apart from that, I think at the same time, we had BL workers come out and install the poles for us, and also the wiring that is being done, and of course the putting up of lights. With this basketball, this entire project will take basically 6, 7, 8 lights will be put up. 2 being shown on the park and the playground area and the basketball court, and the other 6 will be on the football field. So these are basically works being done this week. Between Monday and yesterday, people were out there working. I think this other picture is showing. I think we did some work in the chopping of the field in Tower Hill. We have always been sending equipment to Tower Hill, Santa Marta, and other areas that request it, so that we could assist people with the clearing of their village. Especially in terms of maintaining the football fields, because these fields get grass grow high with the rain right now.
Yep.
But the work continues. Like I said, I feel extremely proud of the work that is being done at the Sandy Field. We have not finished as yet. Like I said, these works are going up. The cleanup has to take place, the painting. We have already gotten the backboards. We have to put them up now. The rims, we're working on trying to get the 2 rims, which definitely we'll find, I'm sure. And of course, we want to finish the playground area for the kids, and just reinstall the football posts and all of these things. And then we have painted the court, the bleachers, and everything, and it will come around pretty good. We still have to work out on the installation of the light for that place. So all of these things are being done. I feel very good of it, because at the end of the day, this will benefit our community. And Checky, like I said, this to me is very important. The community is always important in us working to see these things through.
Yeah, Minister, I know you don't like knock your chest, and so I don't like those sort of things you do, the initiation of these projects. But how you make you feel when you see the project they go?
Why I feel very good, Checky, because I'll tell you, these challenges come at a one thing. We have to raise the money, we have to find the money, and people might say, the PUP, the first thing they say, that government money. I want it to be 100% sure that are no government. Government has assisted in very minimal things. We had to secure the lights, we have to secure the backboards, we have to secure the paint, we have to pay people for go out there and fix that basketball court that had caved in. A lot of expenses that we have done here and there, and I must thank all those people who support us. We have been able to achieve this thing. Right now we have another major project that I want to see done. It's going to cost us another amount of money, and definitely I can't say the money to come from government. It's not going to come from there. We have to raise that money. But these things are worthwhile, meaningful projects, and it gave me a headache that night, but definitely for me it is a challenge, and when it's a challenge, I think it is. I like these things, because at the end of the day, I feel very proud of when we can get this thing up, and I know that the community benefits at the end of the day, just like what will happen at the Sandy Field. That will be something for years to come. People will appreciate that, and that is the kind of work we do. It's not easy, but we continue to do it because we care and because it matters for the Belizean people. And definitely.
Is there anything needed at the Nature Park, Minister?
Nature Park, that's another project we need money. It needs tremendous amount of money to develop that area. I think the Nature Park has tremendous potential, especially for the tourism industry.
Yeah.
But like I said, right now, we have to take things on that we can handle. I really believe that the Nature Park can really, really be a perfect example of how we can bring tourism and all of these things in. But like right now we are going through COVID and all of that. Mm-hmm. We have to look at see where and what we can do. But definitely the Sandy Field is coming up nicely. We will soon have an inauguration. I will invite the public to come out when that time comes around. And of course I have another nice project that I've always wanted to see done. I wish it would have been at another time where we could have easily pulled resources from the government, etc. But like they say, we roll with the flow. We have to roll with the punches, and definitely I want to see that done. And it is something that I'm working on in terms of the plan and how we will execute it. And once I've tied all of that down, I will present that here, and so the people can know what will be the next project. But there's a little work that we have to do before we get to seeing it starting.
Well, Minister, it's 9 o'clock.
Already know.
That,
I tell you, time no. Yeah. Time no wait for no one, no.
Yeah. Somebody asked if any information about the office.
Well, the office right now, the truth of the matter, I said we close the office, but of course we try to tend to people who need the recommendations and other things, and so it's like I want to say maybe through the window kind of service we are doing. But definitely we have an office number there, and people could call in if anything. It's 322-3278. They could call us there, and we have people who are there tending to your calls.
The reason for the office being closed?
One of the biggest reasons is the COVID. With as I will tell you, people don't understand how close we have been to seeing Orange Walk closed down, on lockdown. I, for one, did not support it as yet. I said, if we have more cases popping up, of course we have to lock down Orange Walk, because we have to put the safety of everyone at the most highest priority for this country, and I think Orange Walk, we have to do the same. So, but we have to balance these things, and I'm hopeful that we don't have any more cases. I'm hopeful that people do their part to reduce it. If not, then we're going in a lockdown because the Department of Health Service will call for that. But I do think that going into lockdown will affect a lot of people. When you look at people who are working in Belize City, people who are just getting on their feet right now, maybe with only job or only turn on, and then you lock down this town, and then people can't be able to come out and do their work there. I think it has an impact, and definitely I would have hoped that we don't have that, especially for all those people working out of district, and the movement of people, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's a responsibility for everyone, Checky, to do their part in preventing the spread of this virus.
Okay, and anything else you need to add?
Well, I just would like to say that, we continue the work here in Orange Walk East. We continue to stand strong and committed with the people of Orange Walk East, and Checky, and to the public out there, during this whole COVID, it's not an easy thing, especially to the people in Santa Marta. I want to tell you, I understand what is happening there. It's not easy, and I want you to know that I will be there for you all. Definitely, I'll be putting something in place before the week is done to reach out to people so that we can assist them in one way or the other, because, this is where I think it is important, and I do believe that we can do something, and it's a matter for us to organize and be able to be there. Likewise, I have a team of people going around the villages right now, those that are not in quarantine, and to see how we could assist people to follow the unemployment relief. Because, like I tell you, Checky, there's a lot of people that are not tech savvy who don't know for even find the website in this thing. Not know for operate on computer, not have an email, maybe have the least of a clue how to get an email account, and so I think it is important that we try to reach out and assist people. I think this morning we're in Champan Ridge trying to do that, and from there we'll move from village to village trying to see how we can assist. It's not for everyone, because some people might qualify for the unemployment relief, but for those who do and maybe not know about computers or have not been able to apply for it, then we'll be there to lend that assistance.
But Minister, I just want to touch on it. By you going around and helping these persons to fill out their form, you're assisting them to fill out their form, but that doesn't mean that because your team is going there, that means they will be automatically qualified, right?
No, they won't. They won't, of course not. There's a process. We are not. We don't have no hand or say in the process in terms of if they will be qualified or not. But what we are doing is facilitating people to be able to push in the application. Because there are people out there who are unemployed. And when you think about it, who you think will be unemployed? Are the people who don't have the kind of education, the tech savvy, might not have the computer, might not be able to afford the internet at their homes. So these are the people we are trying to reach to and to see if we can lend them a hand. Of course, all the social distancing rules, all the safety precautions will be taken, and that is being done. And right now, I think in the village at Champan Ridge, I think we're at the community center right now trying to lend that hand. And we will do this for every village. But like I said, I think Carmelita, we should be reaching Carmelita tomorrow. And so as anybody out there, if you're listening right now and you're having a difficulty in terms of filling this application out or have no access to do so, or you haven't gotten help to do so, we'll be out there. My staff will be there to try to see how we can lend and render that assistance. But like you said, Checky, that's not a guarantee that you'll get it. And I want to make that abundantly clear right now, that is not a thing to say, well, you'll get approval.
Because the minister for help with that means
no,
we'll get it, right?
We are trying to do this because we understand there's a lot of people out there. You look at Santa Marta, just look at Santa Marta right now. And a lot of villages, and like Santa Marta, have no internet. They have no cable. All they have when they could reach them, maybe that the radio, and they have some of the people, I say, have one or two satellite dish where they don't catch Belizean channels for nothing. Right. And they have no phone service. The only kind of phone where kind of reach them, maybe that's smart. BTL doesn't reach it for nothing. So, you look at all these factors, and you tell me them people don't have, then even know about computers, some of them people, in terms of operating one and worse, applying online, emails and all of these things. So the rest of village is not too bad, but there are still people who need that assistance, especially those people who are unemployed and have never had the chance to apply. We are trying to facilitate that, but like you said, Chicky, there's no guarantee you will get this. We are just facilitating the process for you to be able to apply. Because if you don't apply and you qualify for it, then you won't be able to get the funding. You must apply so that you can receive the help from government. So that is what we are doing, and we are doing that because we understand the reality of our situation.
Well, Minister, thanks
And
for
with
being
that,
here.
just want to thank you all for tuning in today. No?
Yeah, truth being told, tomorrow night, 7:30, right here on North Television Channel 10, also live on the East Radio. Join the panelists every Thursday night at 7:30. Once again, right here live on North Television Channel 10 and on the East Radio. Next week, Wednesday, the minister will be back. If there's anything comes up with government that he needs to commit himself, then we will just change the date. But we'll definitely have the minister sometime next week again. But right now, we are set for Wednesday. Minister, once again, thanks.
Sure,
Thanks to
man.
the
Thank you.
listeners of the East Radio. It sound like them by the eat.
You smell it, no?
Yeah. Thanks to everyone who listened to the East Radio on North Television Channel 10. This show will repeat tonight at 8 o'clock. Have yourself a wonderful day. Raheem, thank you. Thanks to all the guys behind the scene helping us today. And if the good Lord so will, we will be back tomorrow with the Ministry of Health right here on North Television Channel 10. Earlier, we'll be having some friends from Tropigas. Good morning, Mr. Castillo. And David and the folks there at Tropigas, everyone at Unicoma, we'll have them at 7:15. Then we will be having the Ministry of Health tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So have yourself a wonderful time. And we say a good day from North Television Channel 10.